Good afternoon to all of us. Our group number 6 is going to present the topic called CNC programming. In today's mass production industry, the CNC programming is very much related to our today's industry. So we are going to present our presentation. We'll start with overview of our presentation, which will be given by Kathan.
That we'll discuss throughout the PPT. Since we are talking about the history of CNC programming, first to understand CNC programming, we need to discuss something about NC, that is numeric programming, numeric control. So, what is numeric control? A system so according to EIA, that is Electronic Industry Association, and numeric control is defined as a system in which actions are controlled by direct insertion of numerical data. So this means that to perform a particular function, you need to input some numerical data in the computer or a tape. So this is and in CNC, that is computer numeric control, which is our topic. So what is computerized numerical control? Computerized numerical control is a numerical control system that utilizes dedicated stored programs. So in CNC, there are a particular amount of code stored in the computer itself. So you just have to put the input code, that is G code or M code, which we use in CNC programming. So the computer processes the code and does the satisfied and gives us the satisfied outcome. Keshav, can you please go to the next slide? Also,
yes, progress of CNC
when we are talking about the history of CNC programming, we need to know who is the father of CNC programming. So, John D. Parsons is the first person to create numerical control system. That is in 1940s. He used to work as a machine.
पार्सन है क्या? पार्सन की बहुत बुक है. I was not knowing कि पार्सन CNC वाला भी है, क्योंकि पार्सन की बहुत बुक्स है.
CNC सर वो न्यूमेरिकल कंट्रोल ने स्टार्ट उसने किया.
हाँ, ये बराबर है. इसलिए उसके बुक्स पहले बहुत थे. करेक्ट. ये बाद में अपने बच्चे पढ़ेंगे.
As I said, John T. Parsons was the person to invent numerical control system.
Yeah.
Our topic being CNC, we need to know who invented CNC. So, in 1952, Richard Kegg, in collaboration with MIT, developed the first CNC milling machine. That is the Cincinnati Millacron Hydrotel. And after that, 5 years later, he filed a patent for motor-controlled apparatus for positioning machine tool. So this was the commercial birth of this technology after 5 years. That is in 1957. So, Kandal, एक slide पीछे जा please.
हमारे यहाँ तो 80s में आया सब. हाँ. 78 80s में आना लगा अपने यहाँ.
So now we'll be talking about the conditions of CNC programming. So the first and foremost condition for developing or introducing a CNC machining is that we need skilled labor for it, because like CNC programming is very complex. So if you do not have the knowledge of CNC, so you cannot carry out any functionalities or coding. If you don't know about the CNC programming, you cannot work on it. So for that, also for skilled labor, the cost is much high.
Yeah.
Also, in CNC programming, in one cycle there are a lot of operations carried out, and also the elements in the operations are very precise. So if we input one code, we can get that precise object as the output for n number of times. So the repetition of batches is very high. Also, the ratio of cutting time to non-cutting time is very low. Time lag between the operation is very low. So all in all, the CNC programming machining is very efficient. Next slide, please. Kandal. Types of CNC processes पे आता है Kandal. Types.
Yeah.
There are different types of CNC processes. As you can see on the screen, CNC routers, plasma cutters, laser cutters, CNC lathes, and many more. So let's talk about everything in a brief. So CNC router, as the name suggests, it is commonly used in woodworking and can range in size and style from desktop 3-axis to room size 5-axis configuration. Also, then we'll talk about plasma cutters. So plasma cutters is similar to milling. Instead, we use plasma torch, which is a very high powered torch. The plasma torch achieves approximately 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and which helps us to cut rough materials. Now we'll talk about laser cutters. Laser cutters are used is very accurate, but not as accurate as plasma cutters. But laser cutters are used to cut tough materials using laser rather than plasma, obviously, as the name suggests. Uh, in laser cutters, the lasers that we use are CO2, neodymium, yttrium, aluminum garnet.
अच्छा
CNC,
अच्छा अच्छा YAG ND YAG laser we call it, neodymium YAG laser,
yes,
and
YAG
CO2 YAG laser and CO2 laser, yttrium aluminum garnet, correct, correct.
neodymium
So
lasers.
they are famous. Yeah.
Yes. Talking about multi-axis milling. So as everyone might be knowing, in milling the tool rotates and not the workpiece. In multi-axis milling, we can use up to 3 to 5 axis configuration. This allows access to more of the part. Then we'll talk about mill turn machine. Mill turn machine combine milling and turning as the name suggests. These machines can create spun profiles like lathes. Next slide, please. Kandal.
Types of CNC.
Next slide. Fundamentals. Cool. So,
Fundamentals.
फंडामेंटल
so, अरे पीछे जा. Fundamentals पे आ जा. हाँ.
इसी पे हूँ एक्चुअली, वो थोड़ा सा lag है.
So, the heart of CNC is motion control. So motion control is the most important part of CNC programming. All forms of CNC has two or more directions of motions. That is called axis. So the most common are linear and rotatory axis. To operate CNC, we need to know about the elements of CNC system. So let's go through it by one. So part program. What is part program? It controls the movement of machine tool and on and off control of auxiliary function like spindle rotation. Now what is spindle? Spindle consists of a rotating assembly which holds the cutting tool and the motor that runs the entire workpiece. The coded instructions are composed of instructions used are composed of letters, numbers, and symbols. Now let's talk about program input device, the second element. It is the means for part program. It is the means of part program to enter into CNC control. Commonly known as the commonly known program input devices are tape reader, magnetic tape reader, and normal computer. So now the main part of the CNC system is machine control unit, commonly known as MCU. So it reads and decodes the coded function, implements interpolation to generate access command, feed the access command to amplify circuits, receive the feedback signals, implement auxiliary control functions, etc. And so as we can see that MCU is the most important part of the CNC system. Now going on to drive system. Drive system consists of amplifier circuits, drive motors, and ball-led screws. So MCU feeds the control signals. Control signals are position and speed of each axis to the amplifier circuits. The control signals are actuated. Drive motors, which in turn rotate the ball-led screws to position the machine slide. Now we talking about the machine tool. So as the name suggests, machine tool in CNC usually it is cutting tool. So a cutting CNC machine is simply attached to the column. This moves across the axis for giving desired shape to CNC machine parts. Now talking about the feedback system, it uses position and speed transducers to continuously monitor the position at which the tool is located at any particular instant. So MCU uses the difference between reference signals and the feedback signals to generate control signals for correcting position and speed errors. Now my friend Piyush will continue with the further part.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
So I'll be talking about working in brief. So the program is input into the machine control unit, that is MCU, and then the data is converted into motion commands at MCU. The MCU sends this motion commands to the driving system. The drive system follows the command given and manages the motion and velocity of the machine tool. Some CNC machine operates with the aid of feedback device, others do not. So without feedback, the tools may overshoot. So we may not reach the desired position because of inertia, wear and tear, friction, etc. So to achieve higher accuracy and repeatability, sensor measure the position and velocity, and then the feed send this data back to the MCU. So these feedback signals are compared with the reference signals in the MCU, and if there are any errors, new commands are sent to the machine tool to compensate for the errors. The operator can see all the commands, programs, and other important data at the display unit. So moving further, I will be talking about classification of CNC systems.
Yeah.
So which is it is based on loop system, based on tool movement, based on axis of motion. Kandal, can you move to the next slide? So hello, Kandal.
Yeah. I can listen to.
Yeah, so I'll be talking about open. So based on loop system, there are two types: open loop system and closed loop system. So
Yeah.
in open loop system, they have no access to real-time data about the performance of the system, and therefore no immediate corrective action can be taken in case of system disturbance. Hence, here in the diagram, you can see a stepping motor that is attached to the lead screw attachment. The lead screw is attached to the work table, where you can store your work part over the work table. The stepping motor will give a certain pulse, and with that the stepping motor will rotate. So the lead screw will rotate, and rotatory motion of the lead screw converts into horizontal motion of the work table. Here there is no device that is sensing the rotation of the lead screw. So in closed loop system, the feedback devices closely monitor the output, and any disturbance will be corrected in the first instant. Therefore, here we get high accuracy. So in the diagram, which is similar to the open loop system, the difference here is that we get a feedback signal. Here there is a servo motor which is attached to the lead screw, which is attached to the table. Over the table workpiece is there. The additional attachment is the feedback. Here there is optical encoder, which you can see in the diagram, which is sensing the rotatory motion of the lead screw, and that rotatory motion of the lead screw is sensed by the optical encoder, and it gives signal to the comparator. The comparator then compares the value of input with output. Hence, the signal is going to the DAC, which is data acquisition control, and then again sending back signal to the servo motor. So, moving forward, based on tool movement, Kandal, can you proceed to the next slide?
Yes.
Yeah. So here there are two types: point-to-point control and continuous path control. So in point to point, the system moves to the location and performs operation at that location. For example, is that it is used in drilling. It is also applicable in robotics. Here in the diagram, we can see that we can see a plate, and on that plate we have to drill 3 holes. So here we are interested in locations only and not the path followed by the cutting tool. So in such situation, we choose point to point control. In continuous path control, it is also called controlling systems in machining. The system performs an operation during movement. For example, milling and turning.
Milling.
Uh,
Yes.
Yeah. So here in the diagram, we can see that workpiece is of complex shape. So now cutting tool is moving along the surface of the job. That means we are interested in the path followed by the cutting tool. So
Yeah.
we will choose continuous path control in such situation.
Yes.
Now moving forward, Kandil, to the next slide. Yeah, so here it based on axis of motion. So there are 2 and 3 CNC axis CNC machine and 4 and 5 CNC axis machine.
Just a minute. Oh, let that slide come. Then फिर मालूम पड़ेगा. Slide अभी वो tool movement का ही है अभी.
ओके
Point
सर.
to point और वो continuous वाला ही है अभी. बाकी
सर,
बच्चों को आया है क्या?
मेरे स्क्रीन में दिख रहा है.
Yes sir, yes.
अच्छा
सर,
हाँ अभी आया मेरे यहाँ अभी आया तो बराबर ठीक है.
In 2 and 3 CNC axis CNC machine, CNC lathe will come under 2 axis machines. There will be 2 axes along which motion takes place. The saddle will be moving longitudinally on bed Z axis, and cross slide moves transversely on the saddle axis. That is the along X axis. Yeah. Yeah. So in 3 axis machine, there will be one more axis which is perpendicular to the above 2 axis. By the simultaneous control of all 3 axes, complex surfaces can be machined. So we also have 4 and 5 axis CNC machine. In 4 and 5 axis CNC machine provide multi-axis machining capabilities beyond the standard 3-axis CNC tool path movements. So in a 5-axis milling center, which includes X, Y, Z axis and A axis, which you can see in the diagram below. There is A axis, which is the rotatory tilting of spindle, and B axis, which is the rotatory index table.
Extreme right figure you are discussing.
Yeah.
Extreme right figure. X, Y, Z are sliding motion. That B is something.
That's a middle one.
अच्छा middle one. Yeah, X, Y, Z are the 3 basic linear motion, and this tool rotary motion is 1 axis.
Yeah.
No, but that is Z axis only, na actually.
Sir, I think it is not in the diagram.
No. What I think, X, Y, Z motion of the table. When table moves up and down, then these are basic X, Y, Z 3 linear to the table, and then cutter rotation is given 1 axis, na? And what fifth one you said?
The third diagram, sir. Tool in 2 angular motions, C and B. That fourth and fifth.
वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ. B and C are actually which was fourth and which was fifth? Which was fourth actually?
Sir, B is fourth one.
So how B is done? That B is a rotary axis of the cutter. What exactly?
Sir, we have rolling cutter like C. So C will rotate like spindle, and B will get that
at an angle. Correct. At an angle.
Sir.
That is a angular device.
Through 180 degree.
Correct. Means that cutter rotation also in at an angle. So that's barabar. So that is indexing device basically, as you said. I came to know.
Yes.
Yeah. हाँ बच्चों समझ गया कि तुमको 5 एक्सिस क्या क्या है? 3 एक्सिस टेबल के और बाकी 2 एक्सिस वो कटर के और कटर के इंडेक्स के। आया क्या समझ में बाकी बच्चों को? हाँ, do enjoy this seminar and for your knowledge because these people have done lot of efforts. Please continue. Very well.
Sir, so moving to the next slide.
Yeah.
Kamdal. Yeah, so I'll be talking about CNC process in brief. First, we design the parts in CAD. Later, the we translate the CAD files into codes for machining. Then we set up the machinery, and afterwards parts are produced. So I'll be talking about what the programmer has to do to make part programming. So first they study the relevant component thoroughly, then they identify a type of material to be machined, and upon that they determine functions, specification to be used. Then dimension and mode is decided, metric or inch. Then we move towards coordinate system, absolute or incremental. Then we identify the plane of cutting. Then we determine cutting parameters for job and tool combination. Then we decide the feed rate programming, that is millimeter per minute or minute per revolution. Then check the tooling required. Then establish the sequence of machine operation which we require. Then we also have to identify whether any special features like subroutines, etc. are required or not. Then the part is stored.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so now Keshav will move further. Thank you.
Yes, so for a format of CNC programming from where we have to start the ABCD of CNC programming.
Yeah.
So, sir, I would like to live annotate the from ABCD of CNC programming. We get the alphabets of our own English language for specifications of writing G codes and M codes, which we are giving commands to the machine that do these things. So very familiar function is F, which we will use for feed functioning. G will getting as preparatory functions. After that, we'll get M codes, which are miscellaneous functions, which we are using. So basic difference between G codes and M codes is that M codes gives this on-off commands to the machine, that is on spindle, on coolant, and go to so on-off commands will be basic givens by miscellaneous functions, and G codes which are preparatory functions, so they will prepare the function for drilling, for rapid transversing. So G codes will use that thing. So format of CNC programming, we have one block. This whole line is termed as one block. So in block there are subdivisions. So very first division we have sequence number or step number, that at I want to do particular operation. So N3 is representing the step number or sequence number. After that, second thing is we write preparatory functions, that is G codes, which we are going to use for special G codes for special operations. After that, third, we designate the coordinates of the workpiece on which we have to do particular operation. After that, fourth, is not mandatory, is optional thing. If we want to cut arcs or some special operations, there are included in our workpiece. So we use IJK formats, which we are going to see further detail in coming slides. After that, fifth thing, we are getting feed rate to this linear feed or transfer speed, which we want to give to the spindle. At sixth one, we give the spindle speed, which we want to work the spindle. Seventh one is a particular tool, which tool we are going to use for particular operations, like milling tool. We are going to use milling operation, drilling tool for drilling operation. And seventh one is last we will give miscellaneous. Eighth one we are going to give miscellaneous function, which coolant off, coolant on, or spindle on, spindle off. These are miscellaneous function. And here one at the very end we are going to write EOB, either end of block, or by short form we can designate it with semicolon. at the end of block. So this is a particular format of block writing in CNC program. Sir, now the standard G codes and M codes are listed here for different programs and different applications. Very first and very basic G code is G00, that is rapid linear positioning. We are getting to some specific G codes and M codes in detail in coming slides. G00 is linear feed interpolation. After that, G02 is clockwise circular interpolation, and G03 is counterclockwise interpolation. And in G20, we give input in inches. In G21, we give input in millimeters. After that, if getting some specific things, then tool length compensation as offset are given by G43 to G49 things. Then for different cycles, we are having G84, G82, G89 cycles. Different cycles are there. G91 and G90 are incremental and absolute programming. G94 we are giving a feed rate, and here some M codes are there, miscellaneous functions, which we will give that stop the program or end the program, or start this spindle in rotation of spindle clockwise, stop the spindle and start the rotation of spindle counterclockwise, M03, M04. Now, as we are having the CNC turning center at our college lab, so I tried to get some standard turning G codes and M codes for CNC turning center. We are having different control systems for G codes and writing G codes and M codes. For our college considered, we have FANUC system. Also, as per my own industrial workshop of my maternal uncle is concerned, their HASS systems are used. So they are also working on FANUC control system. So we'll get to the FANUC control system G codes and M codes. Now, whenever we are going...
just a minute, Keshav.
Yes,
have you compared our college FANUC code with your workshop? And most of the same.
Yes, sir.
They are same,
sir.
No?
Actually, in our workshop, I am having VMC machining centers, so vertical machining centers. So the very slight difference is there in vertical machining centers. Yes. Vertical machining centers, my tool is fixed, only workpiece is moving. So I have to write code according to the movement of workpiece, not the tool. And here in turning operation at our college, we are writing code according to tool.
Correct. So that is the difference. Yes. I got it.
Yes,
I got it. Okay.
Now, very basic step or very first step in our CNC program writing, we have to first select our plane, on which plane we want to get the R work. So G17, 18, 19, these both three codes are used for selection of plane. As here we can see G17 is used for XY, G18 is used for XZ plane, and G19 is used for YZ planes. Here we have two examples. So how do we select plane? So here in first example, I am having the motion of tool in XZ direction. So for XZ direction, I am having G17. So I will choose G17 for my plane selection. In second example, I am having motion of tool in XY direction. So I am going to select XY direction plane selection as per G17, and here I am going to select for XZ plane G18. So as per some designations, G17, 18, 19, we choose our plane operation. Now we'll come to the origin and program mode selection. So first we see how we are getting to select the origin. So here in first diagram, we have this machine center is located here, and workpiece center is located here. So we have to get our tool from machine center to workpiece center accurately. So we provide some offsets to the tool, which is designated by T0101. Here first 01 is getting the number of tool, or some special tool is there. For first rack I am having drilling tool, so I will use 01. For second rack I am having end milling tool, so I will use T02. But at first operation, when we have to take our spindle to or cutter to turret center to the machining center, workpiece center, we will use 01, that machining offset command. So here we can clearly see that blue minus 2.34 is Z offset. After that, green line which is shown minus 3.26 is our y offset, and the red in color minus 12.34 is shown is our x offset. So from this turret center, our tool rapidly get come to the workpiece center, and from there it will start the all the operations which are part of our part program. Now we are going now our workpiece is came to the now our tool is came to the workpiece origin. So from here we are giving him some particular operations that go to that particular rotation location and do the things, particular operations. So in two types we can designate our tool to the specific location from our workpiece origin, as absolute programming and incremental programming. As here in bottom figure we can clearly understand difference between absolute programming and incremental. In absolute programming we have to in each and every step we have to give the position of coordinates with respect to the our workpiece origin. So here if we consider point A, so it has 20, 30. After that, if we have to go to point B, so we'll give it 40, 60, as we are giving the coordinates with respect to the origin. In incremental programming, we give the coordinates of next point with respect to the first point. So here origin is here, A point is at 20, 30. Now, when we want to give the coordinates of point B, we are going to give its 20, 30 with respect to point A.
हाँ, एक मिनट केशव। हाँ, सभी बच्चों को मैं बताना चाहता हूँ, जो पहला पॉइंट है ना वही इंक्रीमेंटल और एब्सोल्यूट में सेम आएगा, क्योंकि वो 0 से दोनों के जगह ओरिजिनेट किया है। अभी ए से बी जाते टाइम फिर वो प्रॉब्लम आएगा कि इंक्रीमेंटल में बी का जो कोऑर्डिनेट्स है वो ए के हिसाब से दिया जाएगा, मतलब डिस्टेंस दोनों ए से कवर होंगे एक्स और वाई, और एब्सोल्यूट में तुम कौन सा भी पॉइंट ले लो वो ओरिजिन से होगा, ये मेजर डिफरेंस है। हाँ, कंटिन्यू केशव।
Yes, sir. Now, according to our cutter is considered, we have some, we are not having the cutter of 1 mm that we can do all the things. We have cutters of bit considerable radius things. So we have to give two types of compensation in cutter. First is tool length compensation, which we are going to use G43 command for that. And another is cutter radius compensation, which we are using three commands, G40, 41 and 42. For tool length compensation, as we clearly see in this diagram, that we want to drill, suppose we want to drill a hole of some depth of 50 mm, and our cutter is having some chamfer at the we can see here clearly that bottom we are having some chamfer for drilling. We are having this kind of chamfer, so we have to give tool length compensation for that cutter, that it will go through the particular depth, and after that it going to get again revert back to its original position, and we are getting our desired depth of cut at that particular location. So for different kinds of tool, face milling cutter, boring cutter, we are having different cutter length compensations. So G43 is cutter offset, which is get added to the Z coordinate system. G44 we are going to use to subtract the cutter offset command from Z coordinate system, and for cancelling the cutter compensation we are going to use G49. As these three we are going to use for tool length compensation. Now when we come to the cutter radius compensations, if we do not give the cutter radius, then it will directly going to insert our workpiece and directly do the cutting of that workpiece only. Our desired shape will be we are not going to get if we don't give cutter radius compensation. So it's necessary to have cutter radius compensation, as clearly here we can see programmed path and offset path of cutter. So when we will give cutter radius compensation, our cutter will move according to the offset part of the cutter. Now for cutter radius compensation, we have two specific cutter radius compensations, where G41 here G41 is used for left side cutter radius compensations, and G42 we are going to use for right side cutter radius compensations, where left side we have our cutter and right side we have our workpiece. Now here and left side we have our workpiece and right side we are having our cutter. So likely we are going to use G40 and 41 and 42 for left and right radius compensation respectively, and G40 for cancelling the compensation or putting off the cutter radius compensation.
हाँ एक मिनट है केशव, बच्चों थोड़ा एक मिनट, वो पहला स्लाइड दिखाना, पहला स्लाइड।
यस सर।
हाँ ये हाँ बच्चों ये बात मैं जरा समझाना चाहता हूँ, ये बहुत बढ़िया फिगर अभी केशव ने निकला है। ये जो ब्लू जो कंटूर है ना, ये हमको एक्चुअली शेप चाहिए, तो उसके लिए हमको कटर कॉम्पेंसेशन देना जरूरी है, राइट हो या लेफ्ट हो, 40, 41, 42 डिपेंड अपॉन हाउ वी स्टार्ट। ओके, बट अगर कटर कॉम्पेंसेशन दिया तो अपना ये जो टूल है, अभी ये जो सर्कुलर टूल जो दिख रहा है ना, दिस इज नथिंग बट टॉप व्यू ऑफ योर एंड मिल टूल। ओके, तो एंड मिल का जो भी रेडियस है इसमें आपको कॉम्पेंसेशन मिल रहा है, और उतने सेंटर से ऑलरेडी बाहर से तुम्हारा टूल मूव होगा। अगर कटर कॉम्पेंसेशन आपने दिया नहीं और आप भूल गए, तो ये कटर का जो सेंटर है ये कंटूर से आपको घूमेगा और आपका एक्चुअल कटिंग इससे भी कम होगा। मतलब जितना कटर का रेडियस है उतना आपका अंडर साइज कटिंग होगा। तो कटर कॉम्पेंसेशन देना कभी भी भूलना नहीं जब आप लोग एंड मिल वगैरह कर रहे हो, मतलब कंटूर कट कर रहे हो। ओके, अंडरस्टूड।
यहाँ पे बताया अगर हमने कटर कंपेंसेशन नहीं दिया तो ये रेड पाथ से टूल जाएगा, तो हमारा वर्कपीस भी डिस्टॉर्ट हो जाएगा सर।
तो वर्कपीस उतना करेक्ट, वो रेड पाथ जो बोले अंडर साइज कट हो जाएगा और वो बाद में रिपेयर करना मुश्किल हो जाएगा। तो ये इसलिए जरूरी है। ओके, चलो ठीक है, कंटिन्यू।
Yes sir. Yeah. Now return to reference point. Here most of the machinist that in competition we want that to reduce the at the minimum time of machining time. So we are going to use this return to reference point, that quick returns to reference point G28 command. For particular drilling or boring or taping operations, we are going to use G28, that it will get into the depth of the drilling. After that, it quickly returns to its original position again. G00, it's rapid transfers. We are going to use the G00 program to get our tool from turret center to our workpiece center. That fast travel of that tool is possible by giving G00, that is rapid transfers. And when we are going to get this some specified operations on our workpiece, so we are going to use G01, which is linear interpolation or feed transfers. So here in G01, first we will give the n number of which number of step we want to perform. G01 is given as linear interpolation x, y, z. These are the coordinates at which we want to reach by the linear feed transfers, and f is feed rate, as we have seen it earlier, that by what feed we want to read, that something 5 mm per revolution or 5 mm. Accordingly, we give the feed rate to get our workpiece to the located center. Here in a diagram, we can clearly see that our workpiece we want to cut like go to the path as shown in the figure. So these G00 is rapid transfers, G28 is quick return to the reference point, and G01 is linear interpolation. Generally we use G01 where x and y, if we change simultaneously, then it will get tapered cut. If we change only x, then we get linear cut, and if we only change y, then again we get only linear cut. Now, very important thing, which is circular interpolation. In circular interpolation, our workpiece is not always like straight lines or straight centers. So we have some arcs at our workpiece also. So to get cut that arcs, we have to give it circular interpolation. G02 and G03 are specific commands which are used for circular interpolation. G02 we use for clockwise arc cutting, and G03 we use counterclockwise arc cutting. Here also, while we are giving circular interpolations, we have two designations to locate our circular interpolation. First, we are going to use IJK. And second one, we are directly giving the radius. In some advanced machines, we are going to use second method to designate the circular interpolation. Here we can see the both the things located here. If we use ijk, then for the given workpiece we have our xy origin here. This is 1 inch, this is 2 inch. So this is ijk are nothing but its center of that arc according to the workpiece origin at which we want to cut that particular radius of arc. So radius is here 0.75 inches. So in terms of the ijk, we will only give the I coordinate as 0, as this tool is not going to move in x direction with respect to this center. It's only going to move in y direction with respect to this center. Once it comes here, after that it only goes in this direction. So for this direction, it only has to travel the y direction as minus 0.75 according to the radius of arc which we want to cut. So we'll give I 0 and j minus 7.75. If we don't want to give this I in terms of ij, then we can directly give the radius after in this 7th block, that it will consider our arc center accordingly and directly cut the radius of 0.75 inches. So talking very specific, ijk are generally used for incremental programming, and in that thing R is not used. For absolute programming, for ease of designation, we can use R for arc centers. This is all about circular interpolation.
अच्छा अच्छा, एक टेक्निकल पॉइंट आपला हा केशव,
Yes,
ऐक
sir.
ना, हे जे आय जे के आपण देतो तर त्यात ते कटर कॉम्पेन्सेशनचं डिस्टन्स पण ऍड करतो करे. म्हणजे आता फॉर
Yes,
एक्झाम्पल
sir.
हे बघे
Sir,
1 इंच आणि बाय 2 इंच आहे. हा
हो हो सर.
हा नाही,
सुरुवातीला
नाही.
आपण जसं कटर कम्पेन्सेशन दिलं ना, ते कटर कम्पेन्सेशन ऑनच ठेवायचं आणि आपलं टूल वर्कपीस सगळं कंटिन्युअस ठेवायचं आणि
मग-
ऍट द एंड ऑफ आवर ऑपरेशन कटर कम्पेन्सेशन ऑफ करून द्यायचं.
मग आता या केस मध्ये जे 0.750 आहे ना, त्याच्याऐवजी
हो,
ते
sir.
0.5 येईल. म्हणजे जर कटर कॉम्पेन्सेशन ऑलरेडी ऑन आहे तर मग तो ऍक्च्युअली जे डायमेन्शन आहे वर्कपीसचं ते यायला पाहिजे असं मला वाटतं. म्हणजे हे जे 1 इंच थिकनेस आहे ना, तर तिथून म्हणजे
sir.
हा जो सेंटर आहे ना कटरचा, तो 0.5 यायला पाहिजे. कारण त्यात कटर कॉम्पेन्सेशन ऑलरेडी तो 0.25 वाला ऍड केलाय असं मला वाटतं. म्हणजे डिपेंड अपॉन दॅट मशीन लँग्वेज, कोड्स. हा बरोबर आहे, म्हणजे ते तसं आहे.
सर जर आता आपण म्हणल्यासारखं कळालं मला की जर त्यांनी N5 च्या आधीच जर कटर कम्पेन्सेशन ऑफ करून दिलं असेल तर हे
तर मग आपल्याला मग हे बरोबर आहे. बरोबर आहे, बरोबर.
कटर कम्पेन्सेशन त्यांनी N5 च्या आधी जर बंद केलं नसेल तर आपल्याला ऍड करावं लागेल.
तर आपल्याला ते ऍड करावं लागेल. बरोबर बोलला तू. बरोबर आहे, बरोबर. करेक्ट.
Okay, sir. So can we move next, sir?
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Now here these are some special commands which we want to have in our CNC programming. Very first, it is dwell command. We have learned that we are going to use the dwell in cam follower construction. So in cam we are having some raise angle, after that some dwell, after that some descent angle, and after that some dwell. So dwell is basically that the execution of next block is delayed by the specified time for specified dwell for each rotation of feed per rotation mode. Dwell is used to stop the feed for specified period of time. For some specific operations, we want to get some specified feed to be get stopped for specified time. Then we are going to use dwell command like G04. After that, subroutine is nothing but it's like in C programming. If I am going to compare the CNC programming with the C programming language, so in C programming we are writing some functions, calling functions and applying functions. So functions, what they do, they execute the particular part of code again and again without writing that code again and again. We directly call function will do its work and give its our output. So subroutine is also same type of thing, that it is a sub program to separate part program called by another program. the use of subprograms will signify the reduced amount of programming on some parts. So subprogram will be also helpful to reduce the machining time or to reduce the length of our G code and M code. Again, very one important thing that polar coordinates also. Now, already we have learned to how to draw the polar graphs, that is in R and theta format. So for G15 and G16, if we are having some R workpiece which is developed according to the polar coordinates, so then we have to give the program in format of polar coordinate only. We can't give their inches and millimeters. So G15 and G16 we are going to use for polar coordinates. Here specifically G16 will start the command of polar coordinates, that is polar coordinate mode. Like similarly we are getting to use millimeter mode or inch mode, and G15 we are going to use for to cancel the polar coordinate mode. Now we are going to get this some look of the some standard CNC cycles. Very first is very first and very basic. It is G81, which is drilling CNC cycle. Which consists of, first we will give XYZ coordinates of that particular hole at which we want to create a drill of particular depth. So R is getting the starting point or raising point per time, that is absolute coordinate. Feed is giving as feed rate of cutting, and K here is optional parameter. Suppose we consider our workpiece as this thing. So if we want to cut hole of very small depth, then we will give K. We will not going to give K, because it in first step only it going to drill the hole and again come quick return to the reference point. But if we are having some more depth of drill, so we are going to use the K as 2 or 3, that it divides the depth of work depth of the drill in 2 or 3 parts. And for chip removal, easy chip removal, it again retract back, chip is removed, again it comes to the second point, drill the hole, again retract back, so chip is again removed, again it comes to the last position.
Correct. Keshav. Yesterday, that day, Avinash sir was telling us.
Yes, sir. I saw that video also.
That packed drilling. It is the same thing here. The name is there. Packed drill means drill for some time and retract it back for some distance. So it is the same thing, na?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Only that name is. And one more thing, the standard CNC cycles. What you are saying, is it the same as Canada cycle?
Sir, Canada cycle is some different concept, which is the combination of standard CNC cycles. We are going to see also Canada cycles in coming slides.
It is a combination of some codes and standard only, na?
Yes,
because you
yes,
said here G81. G81 is a standard for drilling, correct? 84
yes,
for tapping, like that. They are there, and what we are using is G00 and G01 only in the standard programming. So when to use this and when to use that also you explain, huh?
Yes, sir. For if we consider there as my very friend Kathan is explained different types of CNC centers. So see, while we are considering drilling CNC center, that only their drilling operation is getting carried out. So we are going to use their G0 and G01, because only single operation is there, and to not get much into complexity, we will use G00 and G01 for getting the drilling cycle. But when we are getting to some complex CNC centers like VMC or VMC or CNC centers, there are multiple operations we want to perform: drilling, tapping, boring, and milling. So some specified code is applied there, that is G81. So it will call the drilling cycle, and drilling tool comes, then we perform the drilling and operation is get over.
Very good.
Yes, sir. Now drilling is over. Now we will move to the tapping cycle. So G84 is used for tapping cycle. Here clearly it's mentioned its format of writing XYZ. It's similar to the all these drilling, tapping, boring cycles have kind of similar format, because all works on simple mechanism. That drilling, first we will drill hole, after that boring. If we want, we can do boring also. So G86 we are going to use it for boring cycle to get the our hole to bit wider of exchange wider, that is to increase the diameter up to some specified thickness, up to some specified wideness. After that also G85 we can use as rimming cycle, which will finish our whole surface finish. If we want our surface finish in our hole, so we are going to use at G85 cycle for rimming purpose. So very first we will use drilling tool. After that, if necessary, we are going to use boring tool according to our necessity. After that, we are going to use tapping cycle for for threading purpose if we want threads in our hole. After that, at end we are going to use rimming cycle for surface finishing of our hole. So like that we are going to use different standard CNC cycles. Now very basic and very useful CNC cycle, which is threading cycle. So threading also we have two types of threading cycles, one line threading and two line threading. There is no much difference in both of these. Only one line threading will contain some main and some standard threading parameters, like X will give minor diameter of thread, Z is end point of thread, K is depth of thread, A is angle of thread, and F is pitch of thread. All parameters we have studied in thread analogy. After that, when we will come to the two line thread, then here some specific codes or some more specifications of thread we are going to give. For P2, we are going to give chamfer at end of thread. Suppose this is our simple, this is simple threading, and this is our chamfered threading, which some for specific jobs we are going to use. For in two line thread, we are going to give that specification also. P is depth of thread, Q is depth of first cut. R is finish allowance, which we will give for threading cycle. So in two line thread, we are going to give some more specifications of threading cycle, and in single line thread, we are using that standard thread. Correct. Now, next moving to the canned cycle. The canned cycle is also the golden, what we can say, the golden thing that we are get in this century. As here animation we are getting to see what basically canned cycles. First we'll try to understand that thing. Canned cycles are defined mostly for z-axis motion or z-axis operations like drilling, taping, or boring. Canned cycle is used to simplify our programming or to reduce the length of our program. We are going to use canned cycles. Basically, canned cycles consist of 6 things. In very first, positioning of XY axes, that whole center of hole coordinate. After that, rapid transfers of tool to the reference plane. Then performing operation, drilling, tapping, boring. Fourth, getting operation at bottom of the hole. Fifth one, retraction to the reference point. And sixth one, rapid transfer to the again initial starting point. So G98 and G99 are plane of return to the reference point. As G7 from G73 to G89, these are the some standard canned cycles which we are going to use. So in canned cycle, what we are going to do is that first we'll give, suppose we are taking example of drilling canned cycle. So G81 is drilling canned cycle. As here in animation we can see, we want to perform drills at first hole, second hole, third hole, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7th, and 8th. So rather than giving all the 8 positions to that tool point that go to the first, then drill again second, we are going to give position of second hole, again it line of drilling code. Rather than giving that thing, we directly give the drilling code for first position of tool. After that, for all 8, for all remaining 7, we only give the coordinates of that hole. So where that at that particular coordinate, tool will go and perform the standard drilling canned cycle. So here clearly in right image we can see that without canned cycle we have to write that much long code again and again. This drilling cycle we have to repeat at particular positions. So when we are going to use canned cycle, only once we have to write the drilling code, and after that again that last 3 steps we are going to use second, first, second, third, that 3 holes directly we can give the position of that holes. It will continue that given its command given to the standard cycle. Sir, can we move to next?
Yeah.
So can the cycle help us to reduce the machine?
Just a minute.
Yes, sir.
In the audience, anybody want to ask Keshav about this Canada cycle? Anybody? See, Keshav, ये
Yes,
जो
sir.
फर्स्ट तुमने MG81 XYZ और आगे क्या लिखा है यहाँ, छोटा मेरे दिख नहीं रहा है यहाँ से, वो जो लेफ्ट साइड में जो एक ही लाइन है प्रोग्राम।
यस सर, यहाँ पे हाँ,
हाँ, तो वो
NG81 XYZ and R.
हाँ, तो ये it's a standard one for first point you are mentioning. तो
Yes,
आगे ये 1 to 2, 2 to 3 जाते टाइम हम G81 तो है, हमको मालूम है। अभी ये XYZ फिर से मेंशन करना है क्या हमको?
यस सर, हम यहाँ पे राइट का आप सर डायग्राम देखोगे तो हमको क्लियरली उन दोनों में का डिफरेंस समझ जाएगा सर। मतलब अगर हमारा वर्कपीस ऐसा है जिसमें हमको 3 होल ड्रिल करने हैं, मतलब ओरिजिन ए पे है, बी सी डी, तो ए से हम बी तक ए से बी पर जाएंगे, वहां पे हम ड्रिलिंग का लाइन लिखेंगे, फर्स्ट लाइन दैट N01 G81 एंड XYZ कोऑर्डिनेट मेंशन करेंगे, फीड रेट मेंशन करेंगे एंड
मैं समझ गया, वो समझ गया। ये अपन ट्रेडिशनल है अपना जो राइट साइड में है ना, ये सब ट्रेडिशनल है G01 G0। अभी यहाँ पे जो कैनेडा में ये पहला लाइन एक्सप्लेन किया है ना, वही एग्जैक्टली उसी पोजीशन पे जाके, मतलब ये इक्विस्पेस्ड होल है ना, तो ये इक्विस्पेस्ड होल यहाँ पे कैसा मेंशन करते हैं? मतलब
सर ये यहाँ पे दिया है, यहाँ से डिफरेंस मैंने दिखाया सर। अगर विदाउट कैंड साइकिल हम कोड लिखते हैं तो हमको पहले ये कैंड साइकिल का मतलब ड्रिलिंग का स्पेसिफिक कोड लिखना पड़ेगा, फिर उसका डेजिग्नेशन देना पड़ेगा कि इतने कोऑर्डिनेट पे जाके तू ड्रिल कर, उसके बाद फिर से अगला कोऑर्डिनेट देने का, उसके बाद वहाँ फिर से इसको बोलने का तू ड्रिल कर, फिर से अगला कोऑर्डिनेट, फिर से ड्रिल। पर अगर हम कैंड साइकिल देते हैं तो फिर हम सिर्फ कोऑर्डिनेट पे जा और ड्रिलिंग तो उसको ऑलरेडी हमने गिवन है, तो सिर्फ कोऑर्डिनेट्स पे जाके वो ऑपरेशन
अच्छा मतलब नहीं, मतलब आगे देना है तो सिर्फ कोऑर्डिनेट्स के पॉइंट देने ना, बस आगे मतलब XYZ यही सिर्फ मेंशन करने हैं ना।
यस
4.2 3 4 5 6 7 खाली कोऑर्डिनेट हमको लिखना है और बाकी सब सेम रहेगा, ऐसा है ना, बराबर ना? हाँ, तो वो वही उधर लिखा नहीं, इसलिए मुझे क्या लगा कि मतलब यही कमांड तो पॉइंट आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए तो ये लिखना ही पड़ेगा, मतलब आपको डायमेंशन लिखना पड़ेगा, लेकिन ये बाकी चीज लिखने की जरूरत नहीं, 0 0 0 1 ऊपर उठाओ ये करने की जरूरत नहीं, वो ऑटोमेटिक कर देगा। नहीं ठीक, मतलब ये स्टैंडर्ड कंपोनेंट जो है उसके लिए ये एकदम सुटेबल है, ये मतलब रिपीटेटिव ऑपरेशन मस्त गुड।
मतलब उससे हमारा लेंथ ऑफ कोड से कम हो जाएगा। अगर हमारा कोड समझो एक 100 लाइन का रहेगा और अगर हम यूज करते हैं कैंड साइकिल्स तो वो 100 लाइन की जगह सीधा हम 30 लाइन में हमारा कोड कंप्लीट कर सकते हैं,
30 लाइन में, बराबर। तो एक्चुअली ये कैनेडा साइकिल ड्रिलिंग, टैपिंग और रिमिंग या बोरिंग उसके लिए है। मिलिंग के लिए यूज करते हैं क्या? मिलिंग के लिए, एंड मिलिंग के लिए नहीं ना
सर नहीं सर, ये स्पेसिफिकली जेड एक्सिस मोशंस के लिए यूज होता है हमारा। एंड मिलिंग बराबर XY में आएगा।
हाँ, एंड मिलिंग XY बराबर है। मैंने भी ये कैनेडा साइकिल सिर्फ ड्रिलिंग के इसमें देखा है, मैंने ऐसा ही क्यूरियसली पूछा कि मतलब ये थोड़ा सा नया कंसेप्ट है ये, वो मतलब हाँ मैं स्टूडेंट था तो ये कुछ नहीं था रे, इसलिए ठीक है, ओके, वेरी नाइस। बच्चों सब डिस्कशन में यू टेक पार्ट इन दिस डिस्कशन, नहीं तो ये बड़े सब लोग ये कुछ बोलते हैं ये, लेकिन कोई एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर रहा है ये चीज। माय स्टूडेंट हैज गॉन इनटू द डिटेल एंड एक्चुअली ये मेरे लेक्चर टाइम में होना जरूरी था, बाकी बच्चों को भी एडवांटेज मिलता, लेकिन जाने दो, छोड़ो अभी।
रिकॉर्ड कर
नहीं, हाँ ये रिकॉर्ड करके शेयर करो सबको, हाँ बराबर, तो हाँ ये रिकॉर्ड करके शेयर करो। वेरी नाइस। चलो आगे चलो।
Yes sir, now moving to the next, this is very much advanced thing in today's technology, that programming with the mathematical function. So if we are going to get compare with our C programming language or Python programming, I will get to that. We assign the variable to values. Suppose I have assigned the A variable as value 10, after that B variable as value 20, and at last of the code if I want to use that A variables and B B variables to print that addition, I am directly going to use that add a print A and B. After that, print A minus B. So directly it will give me the final output. Similarly, in CNC programming also, here for example, I have taken this block of code that hashtag 102 is 12. I have assigned that 12 numeric value to the hashtag 102. For hashtag 103, I have assigned it 90, and hashtag 110, I have assigned the 1. Similarly, these first 4 lines are assigning to that particular values to the particular codes. Now, when we come to the standard cycle, here the standard cycles are mentioned. So at this particular line, if we concentrate, that is G81 hashtag 105 and Y hashtag 106. So hashtag 105, the particular value is assigned. So it will G81 is our standard drilling cycle. So it will use that X, Y, Z coordinates accordingly for hashtag 105, hashtag 106. So it will get a point to that particular point, and if again I have to use that hashtag 105, rather than using that particular value for that thing, I will directly use that variable at that place. So the different ranges of CNC standard CNC programs are given for different variables. From 1 to 33 are local variables, 100 to 199 are common variables, like that permanent common variable and system variables. This is the programming with mathematical functioning, that we assigned a particular value to the particular variable, and directly we use the variables in place of giving standard values to that operation.
That is auto selection of
Yes,
those
yes,
variables.
sir.
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, वेरी नाइस. ये सब लेटेस्ट है भाई. ये क्या लिखा है नीचे? P into A plus B कुछ तो लिखा था, ये क्या है?
वो मैंने सी प्रोग्राम कंपेयर किया, मतलब सी प्रोग्रामिंग में हम लोग ए को असाइन किया 10 और बी को असाइन किया 20, और मुझे फाइनल आउटपुट दिखाना चाहिए उसने प्रिंट ए प्लस बी एंड प्रिंट ए माइनस बी. तो मुझे फाइनल आउटपुट वो डायरेक्टली ये कोड लिखने से मिल जाएगा. वैसे ही सीएनसी प्रोग्रामिंग में हम हैशटैग 102 और 103 को 12 और 90 असाइन कर देंगे और फाइनल प्रोग्राम राइट करेंगे, तब डायरेक्टली हैशटैग 102 और 103 यूज करेंगे.
ओके ओके ओके, चलो चलो आगे चलो.
I have taken one example part for execution, in which we are getting the different operations for that. Here first we have according to the steps we are considered till now. At very first we have to study the part drawing very carefully, and according to we are going to write our code. Here part drawing is given like that. So first we have to perform the end mill operation on that part drawing of ½ inch. So this is first line is specified to that particular code. After that, the specifications M06 and tool 1 selection. That first tool I am going to select that end milling cutter. After that, G00 rapid transfers to that particular origin center and do the start the end milling operation at from G01 linear transfers to the Z direction to the minus 0.76 inches at the feed of 50. So accordingly my tool will get the started the end milling operation from its origin. So G02, as we are very well known with now that G02 code, it's circular interpolation, G01 is linear interpolation. So respectively it's going to move in this direction. Here in simulation we can clearly see that how our tool is going to move by giving the particular block of the code for end milling operation. Now second step, here first tool we have used the end milling tool. Now in second step we have the 3 cycles which we want to perform. First we are going to chamfer mill, after that the drilling, solid drilling, and after that the tapping for getting the thread at that particular hole. So here in simulation we can this is the best place that we can, if we are having holes, suppose first hole, second hole, third, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh. These 7 holes we are having at our workpieces. So we want to perform the chamfer milling at all 7 holes. After that drilling at all 7 holes. After that tapping at all 7 holes. So this is the best place to use the canned cycles. First we will write the code for chamfer hole, and only will give the designations or coordinates of all 7 points. So it will first do the chamfer mill for all the 7 holes. After that, we will use the drilling standard drilling line we are going to write, and again giving the all 7 codes for that, all 7 hole designations. From this also will increase the our length of code bit. If we are going to give directly the whole operation at first hole, that is first do chamfer mill, after again tool exchange, do the drill, again tool exchange, again do the tapping. So both manner we can do, but both manner we can do that operate मतलब पहले होल पे सारे चीजें कर ले, पहले चैम्फर मिल कर ले, फिर ड्रिलिंग कर ले, फिर टैपिंग कर ले, फिर सेकंड होल पे जा, फिर वो 3 चीजें कर. ये भी हम फॉर्मेट फॉलो कर सकते हैं, या फिर हम सारे होल्स को चैम्फर करें, फिर सारे होल्स को ड्रिल करें, फिर सारे होल्स को टैप करें. ये भी हम
केशव
यस सर,
केशव, वो जो पहला ऑप्शन अपन ने बताया ना, एक बार एक टूल
ज्यादा लेगा.
हाँ वो नहीं, हाँ एक बार एक ही टूल लेके सातों करो, पर जो टूल चेंज का जो टाइम है ना, वो बचेगा अपना.
यस यस सर, यस.
एक ऑपरेशन सातों को करो, रिटर्न आओ, दूसरा टूल सिलेक्ट करके, दैट विल बी बेस्ट एक्चुअली, आई थिंक सो. बराबर है
सर. मैं सर क्या बता रहा हूँ कि अगर हमने जो फर्स्ट वाला अप्रोच लिया तो उसमें हमारा कोड बहुत ही छोटा हो जाएगा. मतलब पहले 3 लाइन तो हमारे इसके लिए आएंगे, पहला लाइन चैम्फर के लिए, सेकंड लाइन, हाँ, तो कोड एकदम छोटा हो जाएगा. पर मशीनिंग टाइम हमारा ऑप्टिमल नहीं रहेगा. तो ऑप्टिमल मशीनिंग टाइम के लिए हमको थोड़ा सा कोड बड़ा भी करना पड़ा तो चल जाएगा, पर मशीनिंग टाइम ऑप्टिमल हो जाएगा.
दैट्स द पॉइंट. करेक्ट. वेरी नाइस.
यस सर, यस.
बाय द वे, ये 84 है, वो टैपिंग के लिए है ना, 84.
यस सर, यस सर.
और वो काउंटर मिलिंग जो है पहला अपना, वो फेस नहीं एंड मिलिंग नहीं, वो पहले ऊपर थोड़ा फेस मिलिंग. हाँ, चैम्फर मिलिंग के लिए कौन सा कोड है बाय द वे, वो पता है क्या?
सर चैम्फर मिलिंग के लिए हमको स्टैंडर्ड टेबल से रेफर करना पड़ेगा सर. यहाँ पे कोड में दिया,
मुझे भी याद नहीं है, वो कभी ज्यादा यूज नहीं होता है. वो 84 और 81 वो रोज का है, वो याद है अपने को. ठीक है. फ्रॉम दैट we can see that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yes. Now at the final stage for this third part, we'll write our specific code to get the slot inside that our workpiece. That is in milling operation we can do the slot, provide the slot at our workpiece, that first slot here and second slot here for our final workpiece. At the end we are not going to run program directly. At very first, whatever code we have given input to the machine, we are going to dry run that program to avoid some hazard to our workpiece or some emergency if occurs. Then we can directly cure that thing in simulation thing. So here we can getting the simulation of cycle check or dry run we can use to avoid some directly, rather than going to directly run that program. We will first check that program in simulation. After that we are going to run that program. In cycle check we will run that simulation, and we are going to run that. If there are no problems in cycle check, then we are going to run that final program. Now moving further, Kandal will get to the advantages and limitations and applications of the CNC systems. So Kandal, please take over.
चल बाबा, कांदलला पण हे केलाय का? अच्छा.
नाही सर, कांदलला प्रेझेंटरची गरज नाही सर, मीच प्रेझेंट करतो.
नाही. ओके. सांग बाळा, सांग.
Sir, I am audible, right?
Yeah, audible.
Okay. So I'll be explaining. I'll start with explaining the advantages of CNC systems. So सबसे पहला जो मेजर एडवांटेज है दैट इज प्रोडक्टिविटी, क्योंकि सेटअप टाइम जो भी है वो बहुत कम हो जाता है, तो वो सारा टाइम अपन यूटिलाइज करते हैं कटिंग में और सारा रेस्ट ऑफ द प्रोडक्शन में. सो प्रोडक्टिविटी इंक्रीजेस. नेक्स्ट इज मैनेजमेंट कंट्रोल. इट लीड्स टू CNC लीड्स टू CAD प्रोसेस प्लानिंग एंड प्रोडक्शन प्लानिंग. दिस इज लाइक अनदर एडवांटेज. एंड वन ऑफ द biggest advantages is that we can create complex shapes with very high accuracy. So as you can see that first NC machine was built in 1951 at MIT. That was used for aircraft skin milling. Then next advantage is, as I already said, accuracy. That is the quality of the parts which we produce that increases. That is more in CNC systems. Less waste is created due to scrap. एंड अनदर एडवांटेज इज इन्वेंट्री स्पेस जो है वो कम यूज होता है क्योंकि लोअर बिकॉज लोअर लीड टाइम अलाउज लोअर स्टॉक लेवल्स, so inventory space कम use होता है. So these are one of the few of the advantages of CNC systems. Next slide please.
Yes.
Limitations.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now coming towards the limitations of CNC systems, the very major drawback of CNC system is उसका capital cost. So capital cost high होता है, उसका obvious reasons है कि अभी अगर नया सिस्टम डाला है तो फिर उसका जो भी स्टाफ है उसको रीट्रेन करना पड़ेगा, फिर नए स्टाफ को रिक्रूट करना पड़ेगा, उसका सारा खर्चा आएगा. फिर फिर इसको जो भी ऑपरेट करने के लिए वी नीड स्किल्ड ऑपरेटर्स, और क्योंकि जिसको प्रोग्रामिंग नॉलेज हो, अच्छे सा कंप्यूटर नॉलेज हो, तो ऐसे ऑपरेटर्स चाहिए, और जितना सारा स्किल्ड ऑपरेटर्स उतना सारा उनको पे करना पड़ेगा. दैट इज ये भी एक अनदर रीजन है कि कैपिटल कॉस्ट क्यों हाई है. फिर इसका मेंटेनेंस भी थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है क्योंकि द ओनली पर्सन हु कैन मेंटेन सीएनसी सिस्टम्स इज हु इज एक्सपर्ट इन बोथ मैकेनिकल एंड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सिस्टम्स. तो जिसको ये दोनों नॉलेज होगा वही सीएनसी सिस्टम्स मेंटेन कर सकता है. सो अनदर ड्रॉबैक है इसका ये. एंड अनदर ड्रॉबैक ऑफ सीएनसी सिस्टम इज कि ये सिर्फ मास प्रोडक्शन में यूज कर सकते हैं क्योंकि ऑलरेडी इसका कैपिटल कॉस्ट इतना हाई है, और अगर बहुत ही कम क्वांटिटी में प्रोड्यूस करना है अगर अपने को कोई भी चीज, तो फिर ये कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव नहीं रहता. मतलब जो भी कंपनी या जो भी फैक्ट्री इसको प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है वो डेफिनेटली लॉस में जाएगा अगर उसको मास प्रोडक्शन नहीं चाहिए तो. एंड अनदर उसका ड्रॉबैक है अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट, क्योंकि ऑटोमेशन बढ़ रहा है तो मैन पावर का जो नीड है वो कम हो जाएगा. तो इससे जो लेबर सेक्टर में जो भी लेबरर्स के सेक्टर में जो भी होगा वहाँ पे अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट क्रिएट होगा लेबर्स के सेक्टर में. सो दीज आर द लिमिटेशंस ऑफ सीएनसी सिस्टम्स बेसिक. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज.
Sir, here I want to add one limitation. We can't say it now limitation because now technology is highly advanced. So, but in the ancient times, there was a limitation. So, if we are having workpiece like this, and we want to end mill that workpiece, as we are already discussed that thing, I want to share it again in the detailed manner. So, we are setting our origin here. So, first, second point, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. So our tool is going from 1 to 2 end milling operation, 2 to 3 again end milling operation, 3 to 4 end milling operation. Now the crucial points are 4th point, 5th point, and 6th point. In 4th, 5th, 6th, 4th and 6th we can manage that. We can get sharp edge at 4th and 5th like that, from moving here to here, here to here, here to here, again here to here, then it will get come, and in this manner we can get sharp point. That this is tool path. I have shown in left hand side the tool path. But when we are going to come at the 5th point, it is very crucial to get that solid or that sharp edge at that point. Even if we give tool compensation and all those things, slightly we are going to get like this type of thing at that point. Means sharp edge we are not getting to use. So 3 methods by which we can get the optimum sharp edge at that 5th point is very first is we can first we are going to make our workpiece like this, and after that we are going to use filing tool at that particular 5th point, and we'll do filing at that 5th point. This is first method we can by which we can get approach to that 5th point. Second method, in machining center only we can use broaching tool for that 5th point to get the sharp edge, and different kinds of broaching tools are also available at from highly more depth of the sharp, more closeness of the sharp edge to the slight closeness of the sharp edge. So here we can see the clear difference. If we want first sharp edge, then first 2 methods are feasible, but to get this second thing, that is very highly sharp edge, so we are going to use the end milling tool, which our sir simply called is as needle like milling cutter. So sir, I would like to show one small video also. I have found it there for engraved end mill cutter. So the radius at that point we can at least get at the 0.3 mm. From 1.2 mm to the 0.3 mm. It is very fine radius at that point we can get. So we have
Yeah,
to get compensate with that radius at last.
almost pointed, almost pointed. 0.3
Yes,
means
yes.
almost pointed. So
Yes, sir.
we would like to see that video. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I will go to that video also.
Yeah.
Sir, is YouTube screen visible?
Yeah, very
Yes.
much visible.
Yes, sir. Now we are going to see that operation at engrave milling cutter by using that milling cutter.
वाव सापडलं का तुला हा शेवटी वाव हा ड्रिल इज ऑल्सो स्पेशल यार दैट एनग्रेव्ड हा ओहो मैंने खुद का नाम दिया था इसको नीडल लाइक टूल तो ये एकदम नीडल जैसे ही दिख रहा है क्या बात है
एनग्रेव्ड मिलिंग कटर इसका स्टैंडर्ड नाम सर
एनग्रेव्ड मिलिंग कटर अच्छा
यस सर हम यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं सर कितना हम शार्पनेस इस पे मेंटेन कर सकते
हाँ
हैं
यार क्या यार ये तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि वो बर्तन पे नाम डालते हैं ना वो लोग
yes,
बर्तन पे नाम डालते हैं मेरे ख्याल से वो ऐसे ही कुछ रहेगा एकदम
ये नेम प्लेट ही बना रहा है सर
हाँ नेम प्लेट बराबर है एकदम मतलब वो एनग्रेव्ड बराबर है एनग्रेव्ड मिलिंग
ये डब्ल्यू के जो इंटरनल कट्स है ना वो भी एकदम शार्प आया सर WT लिख रहा है ये एकदम शार्प आ रहे हैं
हाँ उसका भी अंदर का कट हो ना हाँ बराबर है क्या बात है यस ओहो सुपर या सो दिस इज दैट टूल
एनग्रेविंग के बाद वो थोड़ा पॉलिशिंग वगैरह करेगा उस पे
इसको बफिंग बोलता है बफिंग ये जो है ना बफर बफिंग बोलते हैं इसको हाँ वो सब स्क्रैचेस बिचेस उसके जो चिप्स थे ना निकल गए बाहर आए हुए क्या बात है हाँ क्या नेम प्लेट बना रहे अभी अच्छा है उसके लिए ये ओहो क्या
सर वो जो उसने एनग्रेव किया था वो हाईलाइट करने के लिए ब्लैक कलर बीच में यूज किया उसके बाद वो पॉलिश कर रहा है
हाँ क्या बात है तो एनग्रेविंग टूल इट इज मतलब एक टाइप का वो यही है मतलब एंड मिल टाइप ही है मतलब ड्रिल और ये एंड मिल कटर उसका कॉम्बिनेशन रहेगा उसका देखो ना टेपर होते गए ऊपर वो टूल स्पेशल टूल है वो क्या बात है हाँ
सर इसने यहाँ पे एक रेमेडी मतलब हमारे लिए भी यूजफुल बताई है कि जब टूल हम निकालेंगे इसमें से तो वो टूल या तो हम पहले हाथ में पकड़ ले उसके बाद निकाले या तो फिर उसने ऐसा रखा ये नीचे फोम रखा
अच्छा।
उसके बाद निकाला तो वो जो एनग्रेव टिप है रेडियस वो हम टाइम तक मेंटेन कर सकेंगे
हाँ क्योंकि उसको रीशार्पनिंग करना आम आदमी का बात नहीं है बराबर है वेरी स्किल्ड बराबर है वो आम आदमी को तो चांस ही नहीं है वो हमारी ज्यादा से ज्यादा पहुंच वो अभी जो ड्रिल दिख रहे हैं वहां तक है ये जो अभी जो दिख रहे हैं वहां उससे ज्यादा नहीं बराबर है वेरी नाइस तो इवन 4 पेज का भी मतलब वो ये निकल गया वो प्रॉब्लम बराबर है
Yes, sir. So in end mill tool, we can get the optimum sharp edge at particular point. So now Kandal again take over to the applications of CNC system.
Yes.
Okay.
These are here. I have shown the parts of our own workshop, sir.
अच्छा तुम्हारे वर्कशॉप का है क्या ये क्या बात है ये क्या ऑटोमोबाइल पार्ट्स है क्या पूरे ऑटोमोबाइल के है ना
सर कुछ ऑटोमोबाइल पार्ट्स है कुछ जो लिफ्ट होता है हमारा एलिवेटर उसके ब्रेकर पार्ट्स है कुछ इलेक्ट्रिकल पार्ट्स है सर
अच्छा इलेक्ट्रिकल ये लीवर वगैरह दिख रहे हैं ना यहाँ पे ये क्या हाँ अच्छा ये बेरिंग वही दिख रहे हैं
मतलब ये यहाँ पे 2 चीजें बताइए कि हम CNC से मतलब कास्टिंग से CNC पे कैसे आते हैं ये फर्स्ट वाला कास्टिंग है वहाँ से हम CNC पे आ रहे हैं सेकंड वाले
CNC पे सेकंड में ओके अच्छा
ये टूल है
हाँ ठीक
है
कांदल सांगू दे
So now CNC is a perfect combination of good programming run by the electricity and electronic sensors powered to the mechanical elements gives you the unbelievable output. Now ये जो है यहाँ पे डायरेक्ट एप्लीकेशन दिया कि किस सेक्टर में CNC सिस्टम्स यूज होता है जैसे कि ऑटोमोबाइल का पार्ट्स बनाने में माइनिंग में देन एरोस्पेस इक्विपमेंट्स बनाने में फिर फूड एंड बेवरेज इंडस्ट्रीज क्लोथिंग सेक्टर है फिर मिलिट्री इक्विपमेंट्स फिर जो उसका जो आर्टिलरीज बनता है उसमें यूज होता है नेवल पार्ट्स में फिर ऑल्सो लाइक एल्यूमिनियम एंड ब्रास मशीनिंग के लिए वी स्पेशली यूज CNC सिस्टम्स उसका रीजन है बिकॉज कि एल्यूमिनियम और ब्रास जो है वो नॉन फेरस मेटल्स है सो उसके लिए वी नीड इंक्रीज कटिंग कैपेबिलिटी सो वो हम लोग को CNC मशीन जो है प्रोवाइड करता है सो इफ वी डू दैट properly with some little attention, it can save a lot of time and a lot of money in the shop while producing superior products. ऐसा. So ये brass and aluminum के लिए we use that. So these are like the sectors जहाँ पे CNC systems का applications होता है. Next slide please. Okay.
Yeah.
So now.
So conclusion and future work. Future scope.
So conclude करने के लिए पहले तो हमने ये पूरे प्रेजेंटेशन में CNC मशीन टूल और उसका फंक्शंस देखा, देन हमने G कोड्स एंड M कोड्स देखा और क्या क्या ऑपरेशंस परफॉर्म करते हैं ये मशीन टूल पे. So now in today's era, development in new technology is very essential. But at the same point, we cannot ignore or undermine the conventional machine tools like lathe and milling machines. So because CNC machine tools जो है वो सिर्फ mass production में काम आता है. बाकी अगर अपने को small scale में या फिर small quantities में कुछ produce करना होता है, so we still use lathe and milling machines. So we cannot undermine the importance of these conventional machine tools. So this is so we conclude saying this. And talking about the future work on 5-axis machining, so still इतने सारे advancements के बाद भी अभी तक जो एक proper या फिर एक optimal solution नहीं मिला है अपने को 5-axis tool path पे, but which could solve the full 5 degree of freedom problem, but still जितना भी still but we believe that the work जितना भी अब तक work हुआ है इस फील्ड में, जितना भी अपने पास knowledge है अब ये फील्ड में या फिर ये सेक्टर में, that will surely lead to a near optimal solution for the complete 5 degree of freedom problem without separating the degree of freedoms or making approximations. So like this is how
मतलब वो जो वर्कपीस और टूल में डिवाइड करने के बजाय टूल ही 5 एक्सिस में कैसा ऑटोमेटिक घूमेगा, यहाँ तक अभी होना बाकी है. अच्छा,
यस
होना बाकी है.
क्या है, अंडरस्टूड. मतलब अभी तो कॉम्बिनेशन है दोनों का, वर्कपीस टेबल और टूल का, उससे वो सब डिग्रीज अचीव कर रहे हैं अभी. यस
अभी 5 एक्सिस मशीनिंग सर मतलब कैसा है वो कि पहले जैसे पुराने जमाने में कुछ खास लोगों के पास टीवी रहता था या मोबाइल रहता था, आज के जमाने में 5 एक्सिस मशीनिंग टूल कुछ स्पेसिफाइड कंपनीज के पास है. जैसे हमने परसों डिस्कशन में गोदरेज का डिस्कशन किया था, बराबर. वैसे कुछ स्पेसिफाइड मतलब जो एकदम हाईली वर्किंग मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्रीज है, उन कंपनी के पास आज 5 एक्सिस मशीनिंग है. इन 5 एक्सिस मशीनिंग इटसेल्फ जो अभी रिसर्च और भी शुरू है, जैसे आपने ही बोला कि अभी पूरा टूल मूवमेंट पे डिपेंडेंट है, वर्कपीस को स्टेबल रख के पूरा टूल मूवमेंट ही करेंगे हम लोग, तो उस हिसाब से उस पे अभी फ्यूचर वर्क शुरू है.
नहीं, बराबर है. वेरी नाइस, वेरी नाइस.
सर दिस इज हाउ लाइक वी कंक्लूड, मतलब ये सारा इम्पोर्टेंट कि CNC मशीन्स का इम्पोर्टेंस और फिर क्यों हम लोग जो भी लेथ और जो कन्वेंशनल मेथड्स है उसको हम लोग क्यों अंडरमाइन नहीं कर सकते, ये सब और उसका फ्यूचर स्कोप बता के कि क्या क्या है ये सेक्टर में फ्यूचर स्कोप. सो दिस इज हाउ वी कंक्लूड एंड लाइक दीस आर द रेफरेंसेस व्हिच वी यूज to make the PPT. Thank you so much sir. Thank you so much.
It's a good seminar. Everything, almost everything.
Thank you so much sir.
क्योंकि ये CNC programming of all these important machineries, that is drilling, milling and drilling, and so also the CAN cycle, everything is explained. So I would like my students to ask them anything if you want, otherwise we will stop this seminar. Okay, so anybody want to ask any genuine question from the audience, means our students only, you can ask them. Okay, I'm giving you 1 minute. Avinash, hello. Avinash is there?
हाँ सर बोला.
कसं वाटलं सेमिनार आवडला का?
हॅलो.
हा हॅलो, सेमिनार कैसा लगा?
हो आवडला सर. मुलांनी हो सर चांगले आहेत सर, चांगले आहेत. मुलांनी चांगले अभ्यास केलाय म्हटलं. मुलांनी चांगला अभ्यास केलाय.
अविनाश सर आपले व्हिडिओज आम्हाला भरपूर जास्त हेल्पफुल ठरले सर. घरी बसून आम्ही इमॅजिनेशन एवढं मस्त करू शकलो आपल्या व्हिडिओमुळे.
हो.
एक मिनिट.
हा तुमचे व्हिडिओ आवडले.
काय नाही ते
हा असं.
बरोबर.
तुमचं ते
ऍक्च्युअली लॉकडाऊन मुळे तिकडे आल्यावर अजून चांगलं आपण
हो म्हणजे ऍक्च्युअली सर म्हणतायत की लॉकडाऊन संपल्यानंतर आणखी चांगलं सांगेन म्हणून, म्हणजे प्रत्यक्ष मशीनवर आल्यावर असं म्हणतायत.
डेफिनेटली सर.
हा डेफिनेटली. तर केशव आपण आता रेकॉर्डिंग थांबूया मग आता. ओके चला चला रेकॉर्डिंग थांबूया आपण. जस्ट अ मिनिट. स्टॉप रेकॉर्डिंग. सो रेकॉर्डिंग थांबवतोय आम्ही.